Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar. And here's a brand new halacha for you. And it's for Thursday, 17th day of November. Here we go. Today, a halacha about traveling on an airplane. Here's what sometimes happens on an airplane. Let's say, hopefully, you ordered a kosher meal. And they served you the kosher meal, and it was an overnight flight, maybe to Israel or something. And you ate the meat meal. That's what they served. And then they turn out the lights. It's the overnight flight. Everybody goes to sleep. And some while later, when the light starts to come up, and remember, if you're flying from America to Israel, the light's going to come up on you kind of early because of the planes going that way and the Earth is rotating that way. So what's going to happen is they're going to serve you breakfast really, really early. So you unwittingly might just say, "Oh, it's breakfast time. Here comes my kosher meal. Yay!" And there's your kosher meal, cheese omelet, and looks delicious. And you start eating it, and you might even be mixed up about what time it is because you're changing time zones and everything. Well, here's the problem. You have to wait 6 hours between meat and milk, if that's your time frame that your family waits, 6 hours, and the 6 hours must be fully calculated. And the people serving the meal might not always be checking for that. They served you a kosher meat meal, that was proper. They served you a dairy meal, a kosher, and that was proper, but they didn't bother to calculate hours for you. That's kind of up to you. And the people on the airplane are not necessarily checking that for you. Just because they're handing you a kosher meal doesn't mean that they check that there's 6 hours in between. So please always be careful about that and make certain by your own watch, which hasn't been played yet with the time zones, and check, is it 6 hours since I finished eating my meat meal earlier on the flight? Now, there are those who like to throw in a leniency and they say, well, I was asleep. And sleep kind of counts as extra, because you're extra digesting because you're really sleeping. And there is such a thought out there, but most rabbis say that the ordinary person, should not be relying on that. In other words, yes, there can be room in some occasions for shortening down that 6 hours if you were sleeping, but most rabbis say not to rely on that and to just use the regular 6 hours. And therefore, even if you went to sleep in the middle of that flight, check again when they serve you the cheese omelet or whatever in the morning that you really have had 6 hours elapsed since you finished eating your meat meal. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye bye.